Near the beginning of the video again.
The time has come.
Yep.
Tear down day.
We're finally getting ready to start tearing apart the rescue Tercel. It's in the garage. It's raining. It's shitty out. I cursed. Oh well. Anyways, so yeah. It's been a while since we made a video on the car. I just posted a video of the interior, which happened a while ago, but yeah, oh well. We got all the parts, so that's cool. So we're going to go ahead and start ripping the rad out of it, get the carb off of it, all that stuff, and probably going to pull the head out of it in the car, and then I got to go borrow my brother's cherry picker to get the engine out of the car, because somebody says that picking it up and throwing the block in there like I did on my last car was a bad idea. You don't need a cherry picker.
You don't need a good back.
Yeah, it's good for your back. Spinal. But, so yeah, that's what we're going to do. Not much to talk about. We're just going to start diving in and
having fun.
Ripping this dirty car apart. Yummy.
It's just from painting it.
Yeah, and all the compound from grinding on it. So yeah.
Fixing that paint job.
Yeah, let's not talk about the paint job right now. So yeah, we'll go ahead and set you guys up on a tripod, and we're going to start wrenching on the car like we know what we're doing. Another Tercel teardown. Yay. Hi, Fuzzy.
Hi.
Let's talk rescue Tercel. It's fun to own cars, so we ran into some problems here. Referring to this cylinder head here. As you can see, there's a missing stud. So I took the valve cover off, and this came with it. And this is not, I double nutted it to try to tighten it back up, but this is not the standard stud, because obviously this isn't really a stud. This is what a standard stud should look like. There. Yep. Threads on top, smooth in the middle. That would be the standard stud. Got your little bolts. So yeah. Obviously somebody at one point in time has done some classy work. I don't know why that washer's there. This is what came out of the hole. Giggity. So this is like, what, some sort of fiberglass material? I've never seen such a thing in my life. But whatever, so now this goes, woohoo!
It rips like fabric.
It's free flowing, so obviously this was doing nothing. I can't believe the car ran okay. Maybe that's why it's got a lot of valve train noise. Eating fish. So yeah, sucky suck. Therefore, we could probably have that all re-tapped and new threads put in and all that, but that's probably going to be costly, and right now we don't feel like spending that kind of money.
Not at all.
So we have this head, and we had another head up there that's no longer up there because we got rid of it. It's at the machine shop now. So this head was off of an engine I bought for the brown car. We were going to rebuild it and put it in. Turns out that engine was screwed, right?
Very.
So we ended up rebuilding the original engine. But my original engine had a warped head. It ran fine, but it had a warped head. So that head up there that used to sit up there all nice and pretty like is now at the machine shop. We're going to have it decked because I think when we had it checked it was like 15. It needed decked like 15 thousandths. I don't know. So whatever. That's getting decked now. So we're going to go ahead and tear the car down and not use the head that's in the car because I don't feel like dealing with that one. So that's a Tercel update.
Back to the show.
Yeah. Sucks! I was hoping it was still good, but what will we run into next?
Let's find out.
I'm afraid to. Sucks. I can't believe it ran okay, though. You would think that would really be flexing. But, just send it. Hot glue it.
Recording.
Is it going? Oh. Well, engine's out. We saved you the boredom of watching us not know what we're doing. Right, honey?
Yeah.
We're going to go ahead and pop this pressure plate and look at this clutch. Like our workbench. We are reusing our resources. I can't see what I'm doing. Oh, there goes the clutch. Well, so much for seeing the clutch. It looks like that got hot a few times. Where did that pesky clutch go?
Behind the oil pan.
Oh, great.
Under the car.
Well, here's this pressure plate at least. Looks like it's been hot a few times. That's always nice. This is the whole reason why we pulled the engine. And she's definitely about whooped.
She's got.
Yep. Oh yeah. And those are wore out too. Yep. That's it's almost clear down to the rivets. Well, at least we know we didn't pull the engine for nothing, right? Hey! So, we got one that we took out of the other car. It's only got like 8,000 miles on it. So, we're going to throw that clutch and pressure plate in it and a resurfaced flywheel. God, yeah, that's nasty. Look at that thing. That thing got hot. Where's our new one? Our certified pre-owned. Here's the one we took out of the brown Tercel. I only know this because it's got the springies instead of the rubber boots. Nice healthy clutch.
Ooh.
Just minor rust. That'll help it grip. That's fine. We're gonna be putting this unit in it. Much better. Right?
That's
and
right.
it's a Luke brand. It's
beefy.
Luke. It's a Luke's clutches.
Luke approved.
Yep, Luke approved. Oh, so I guess next step's get it on that when we find bolts.
I thought you got those super bolts.
Yeah, I only have 3 though. I don't know, they might work. I'm sure that's what. What's that pilot bearing? Dry. Hear it?
I do.
Cockies! Yeah, we would have definitely had some problems. Well, I guess we're gonna just kind of skip the part where we put it on the engine stand, but we'll try and video us resealing it and everything, so I guess on to the next part. Oh, you're videoing. Okay, she's videoing already. Voila! We found our missing $20 bolts that hold our block on. Found those, got that on the stand. So I guess we're going to start with pulling here crank pulley off. And we'll probably flip it, take the oil pan off, do the gasket on that, and then of course put it back on, do the front main, and then take this off. I got another one of these timing belt tensioners. We're going to throw one of those on, throw a water pump on, get the old head gasket off, and I think that's pretty much, oh, and then the rear main. We'll have to do the rear main, and then, which sucks to do when they're on the stand, but oh well. So, yeah, that's what we're going to do, and that's pretty much it, and then put it right back in the car like this, except with a clutch on it. And then we'll just put the head and everything on in the car, because it's a lot easier, I think. It's less weight to jiggle around, because on my other car, I put it in by hand like this. I didn't have that. So we'll go ahead and do a time lapse of this, I think. What do you think?
Sounds good to me.
You're gonna learn a little bit, I guess. So, yeehaw! About how I feel. So, how do you feel?
Heartbroken.
We're a little disappointed here. See, we figured we'd just do the gasket and the night would be swell.
It's not how
Grab
it
my
works.
coffee.
It's not how it works when you're doing car stuff.
So, I don't know if you noticed, we saw metal on the pickup tube screen. And what's this down in here you see? Oh, metal. Weird. Why is there metal in here? Now we know the car had headwork done at one point in its time. So we said, well, we better pull the caps. And of course, it wasn't knocking or anything. But Yeah, these don't look good at all. Every single rod bearing has like dents in it, lines. I don't understand why or how they ended up this way. I guess I'm not an engine expert here, but surely never seen dents. Like, this one's got a mean line in it. Look at that. That's just ridiculous. Look how bad that line is. That, I mean, that is not good, Cotton. That one's only got a minor line with some denting. It's like the Pennsylvania roads. Yeah, and surprisingly, this one was the worst in my other car, and this one's not the worst. These are, of course, the mains. Yeah, so what do you know? I bought a gasket kit. Turns out it needs bearings. So yeah. What's weird though is the crank doesn't look bad at all, but there is a little bit of bumping going on here. Little bump and grind. I think that's probably the worst one there.
It is the worst one.
So I was gonna be cheap and just throw bearings in it. She says we should probably take the crank to the machine shop and have it polished, if it can be polished.
If not, you're going to be putting more money into it later, and we're going to be back to square one.
So what turned into a reseal job and a clutch turned into basically a rebuild. So
but it's worth it.
I really don't want to do rings. I mean, them cylinder walls look great, and really they should be. It's just, that's the thing. I don't want to take it and have it all honed, because that's all it would need is honed and new rings, and then this, and then that, and then this, and then that. Pretty much you're going to have another $500 dumped into this engine.
It's worth it.
I know, but it was supposed to be budget.
Sometimes you can't get budget if you want it to be quality. You want it to run and not have to do this again? Problem-free Tercel.
This sucks.
Yes, it does.
It's very frustrating. So that is a rescue Tercel update. It's junk, basically. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know how it didn't. It must have. It looked like. I think it was number 2. Looked like it spun, because I think that was the one that the bearing came off the cap. So.
We pulled fork first, I noticed.
So this sucks. So we thought we could just re-gasket. It ran so good. I can't believe it didn't knock or blow a bearing apart. It wouldn't have taken long, honestly.
No.
Well, so I guess we'll be ordering bearings. Complete set of bearings for this hog, and at least having the crank machine, because I think the rings are fine, because them cylinders look great, and it had really good compression. I really don't want to pull the pistons out, but I guess I'll think on it and make a decision. It ain't that much more money for rings. I know what Luke would say. Put rings in it, you cheap. Finish the sentence. So. And then at that point, if I'm going to put rings in, I'll also just have the block honed.
I'm telling you to do what this thing needs.
I know. I'll ask what they'll charge for a rehone. I know an overbore is 80 a hole. So I don't know what they charge to hone it. That sucks.
Hey, listen, it's a Tercel. You gotta throw your wallet at it, and then she'll be a good girl.
Oh yeah, that's what Luke taught us. There, see, it's fixed.
Yeah, that's all it took.
All right, well, I guess we'll give you where's my wallet? Ew, it's all oily now. Oh, man.
Here.
It'll clean off in the pocket. So I guess we'll update you on what we're going to do. Now I got to make some phone calls and figure out what it's going to cost me. And oh, man, this sucks. Should have just bought the rebuild kit. Because now I'm going to have 2 sets of gaskets if I buy a rebuild kit. Or I can just buy rings and bearings separately.
Well, we could always
And
tear
guess
my
what?
engine apart
I
and
sold
again.
my stock pistons and rings that I had to Dearman. Because I didn't need them. I need those back! No, I'll just get new ones. Oh well, whatever. Here's what it is. Bye!